Hello, everyone. This is Matt Andrzejewski. I'm your instructor for Psych 215. Hopefully, you've watched the intro video about this course, and I just wanted to talk in this video a little bit about how content is going to be delivered on D2L and what the expectations of the course are through the syllabus, and show you a few features of D2L that you might not know about and where to find things. So, I have a news item here. They're welcoming you to the course. I will periodically post news items, sometimes if there's general feedback that on a problem set or an exam that might be useful to everyone, I will do it there. This welcome note isn't particularly welcoming. I recognize that. But please be cognizant of the fact that I do enjoy teaching this class, and I do enjoy teaching but this is a very difficult course, and the fact that we're doing this in a 3-week summer session makes it even more difficult. So I wanted to warn you a little bit that we're going to be moving very fast. We have 15 days of classes essentially in this 3-week session. There's 15 weeks in a normal semester, and we're going to be covering all of the material from a normal semester in this 15-day course. So that's about a week of material during the normal semester in a day. So it's imperative that you keep up. Getting behind should be avoided at all costs. So please email me if you're having trouble, and we'll figure something out. So these are the introductory videos that I'm talking about. So you can, if you haven't watched the other one, it's probably best to watch the other one first and then watch this one. But if you have watched this one, then the first one, then the second one might make a little more sense. So there's a couple of notes here. First, during some of the videos posted on this D2L site, I might make reference to a previous semester, or previous day, or previous time. Please disregard those announcements about day assignment dates and so on. I try to catch all of them, but I might have missed one. I often reuse videos that I've made because I think they're really good and they're effective, but maybe I said a few words about problem sets being due on Tuesday. In this particular semester, problem sets are due nearly every day, so you can disregard those sorts of things. I might make mention of a workbook in a lecture or in a slide somewhere. Disregard that as well. I've integrated the workbook units right into the content of the D2L site. They're as PDFs. I'll show you what those look like in a second. You're going to need your textbook. The third note here emphasizes that it's titled Learning from Data, an Introduction to Statistical Reasoning. I am an author on the textbook. You definitely need the book, because if you have some other statistics textbook, I'm going to be asking questions specifically about the reading material. And if you're reading a different chapter from a different text, you're not going to find those answers. So those are the 3 notes that you should be cognizant of. So this is my D2L site. This is what I view. This is what I can see. And one of the problems with D2L is what I see and what students see. What an instructor sees and what students see may be 2 different things. I obviously can see everything. I can see things that are in draft form. So if I'm constructing a lecture and it's still not quite finished and it's in a draft form, I can see it. You can't. So not everything that's up here you're going to be able to see. Like over in this section, I can see all of the units. I don't think you're going to be able to see any of them except for Unit 1. And I'll describe to you what's going on with that in a minute. I usually like to look through things in this tab on content. And we can start by noting that here are some of the videos and content. The introduction, here's the administration, the syllabus, there's a syllabus video that you can watch, and so on. All of the organization of this class is based on units. So you can see that we have 13 units to go through. There's a date in which you should be working on that unit. This unit, obviously, you should be working on the 9th, which is Monday. And all the units are constructed or organized in a very similar way. There's an assignment page. It's much like a checklist. Then there are PowerPoint files that are of a lecture. And then that lecture, I will voice over a YouTube video. So here is that um, video on YouTube. I'm not going to play it for you, but you can go and watch it. So the videos are meant to be small. The lectures are meant to be brief, 5, 10 minutes, 12, 15 minutes at the most. So you can see I have a lecture here, PowerPoint, a video, a lecture, a video. The workbook, as I said, was integrated now in all of the particular units. Unit 1 has a workbook unit associated with it called Unit 1. And you can see that we have each unit workbook is set up similarly. Here are the objectives. This is an introduction to Excel, and you can see I have screen captures and various things. There are also, when we get to it, exercises or practice. So here's a practice section for a particular unit. This is not graded, but it's to give you some practice with doing things, and hopefully you'll get good at these things. Here's some more practice and so on. Here's end of unit. So this is a fairly long one. Here I often put tables in the units that might help you navigate and work through some of the things that are giving you trouble. But here is an end of unit checklist for this particular unit. After that, I would like you to do a problem set. This is graded. What you're going to be doing is it's best probably to download this as a Word document, put your answers right into it, save it with your name, and then you're going to be submitting it to a Dropbox. And here's the Dropbox for problem set 1. Here's problem set 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We skip problem set 6 because during that period of time around unit 6, what we have is we have an exam. So I give you a little bit of break about the problem set. So when I say that there are 11 problem sets, but they go up to PS 12 or problem set number 12, note that we skip problem set 6. Okay? So I described the problem set resubmission policy in the previous video. That's what you're going to be doing, and you can resubmit to the same Dropbox. I go through and give you feedback and corrections and so on. So every unit is set up like that. There's an assignment page. Here's the assignment for Unit 2. You can read a chapter. Here are some lectures and videos. Here's where I actually do the exercises on video. Work through Unit 2, complete problem set 2, and so on and so forth. And the last step in each one of these units is that you are required to pass a check for understanding with an 8 out of 10 on a quiz. So there are 10 questions randomly selected from a question bank. You have to get 8 out of 10. When you finish the check for understanding of Unit 2, the content of for Unit 1, the content of Unit 2 will open. Okay? And you can see all conditions must be met. Receives greater than or equal to 80% on the quiz. Check for understanding number 1. So this is called a release condition. And in order for you to see Unit 2, you have to pass Unit 1. In order for you to see Unit 3, you have to pass Unit 2. In order for you to see Unit 4, you have to pass Unit 3, and so on and so forth. You can take this quiz as many times as you'd like. If there's no link, here's the link for check for understanding number 3. If you can't find the link or it's not in the particular unit, I might have missed one, you'll note that they're all in this quizzes section. They're always available. These are also good practice for the exams. The questions on the exams are very similar to the questions on the checks for understanding. But these are ungraded, meaning they don't count toward your grade. They are graded in the sense that you have to get 8 out of 10 to proceed to the next unit, but they don't count toward your grade. You can take them an unlimited number of times. Okay, so a few other things. As I said, the units are set up very similarly across the board. You can see that in some cases I might add some Excel files. I saw an Excel file right here. This is an Excel workbook with answers from the workbook unit, so you can check your work as you're going on. There's also a section on data. This is the appendix that's noted in a couple of the homework assignments, the problem sets. This is the actual maternity data. This is the smoking data that I talked about in the previous video. There's also this other stuff section, which has formulae and tables that you might come in useful. This is an add-in for Excel that you might find useful. It may or may not work with your computer. It depends on which version of Excel you have, unfortunately. Inferential formulae and practice for the exams. Your grade, again, is based on 10 problem sets. The 10 best problem sets, those are 4 points each. And then 2 tests with 2 parts each. You can see that they're future here. They open up on July 17th and July 26th. There's a part 1 and an exam. Each one of these is worth 15% of your grade. So 15, 15, 15, 15 is 60, plus the 40 for problem sets is 100. That is your grade. Last thing I can show you is the syllabus. Here's the syllabus. You should peruse this and make sure that you understand everything. If not, drop me an email, and I will answer your questions as quickly as I can. Any other questions you have, please drop me a note. I think that's good to go. We're not going to be doing any discussions, drop boxes where you're going to hand in problem sets. You navigate most things through the content. You can see the course schedule here. These are the things that are due, so you can get an idea of what's going on during the semester. You can see a lot of stuff is due almost every day. So hopefully that gives you a good overview of the course. Welcome aboard. Have any trouble? Drop me a line. Try to keep up to your best to be timely in this class. Otherwise, you're going to be facing some problems. The more complicated material comes later in the semester. We're building on basics. If you're struggling the first few days, you want to make sure that you're on time. And for those of you that want to work ahead, you can. I can't always guarantee that I'm going to be grading problem sets every day in the future. If you hand in a problem set that's due on the 15th, let's say, and I don't get to it until the 16th. Maybe you handed it in the 12th. I can't guarantee that I'm going to be ahead grading problem sets, but if you want to work ahead, you certainly can. Again, welcome. Drop me an email if you have any questions.